So how do we make this wide enough that for now it's about pop culture from an ethical perspective, but it's, in the future it could be interviewing business owners or musicians, or it's me talking about popcorn or pizza?
So far, everything is formal, with informal tendencies. I mean, God's business is just a diary based on your professional life. UTK is a more constructed conversation. Well, this can be a little informal.
And finally, like, I'll think of a name that is meaningful. If I come back with a name that's less, here's my last dilemma on this whole question. Should the name be pop culture, like accessible, like a simplistic name, like the James Chat or something like silly and like easily understandable? Or do you want to stamp like Serovius? Serovius is a complicated name. It's not the James Syrow brand, right? So it's got a complexity built into it, meaning in it, and a complexity that's going to take like 30 years to unpack. Like I want to see like that name on books in 30. Like it's a lifetime brand basically, right? It's not like a once for a year trial idea. If this show is like a long-term game plan of like it might need that sort of like deep meaning that is meaningful to me, maybe that is less obvious and zingy. So it doesn't even matter what we call it. If it's meaningful to me that I can be motivated to do it all the time, that's enough to get it going, and then we'll make the name stick no matter what it is. One of the things that used to be like tremendously valued in our country is like logic, like formal logic. It used to be taught in high schools, and more broadly like reason. And when I was a little boy, like that was still on everyone's lips, and now and I thought that's going to be always the case because it's such a valuable way to look at the world. And now it's not how people think at all. Like certain things you just can't reason about or on, or you shouldn't, or nobody knows how to reason anymore. So one thought was call it reason together, and like the catch title would be like let's reason together. That's one sort of more complicated name, and the other even more complicated name is the formal name for it from books from thousands of years ago, is right reason. You like that? Like if you can open a book from thousands of years ago and it's going to say right reason in there.
I like that one, yeah.
And then that could be a theme of like having like a rational, thoughtful conversation, but on like fun things, on like everyday things. For the next foreseeable future, the nugget for the show, right reason, is pop culture from an ethical perspective, right? So we could do a few trial runs with questions that we can talk about, either by myself or me talking to the camera. Like we could engage the people on Quora, and Bobby 46 posted a question. Then we pull it out, we screenshot it, we put it into video, and then I say, hey Bobby, like here's what I think, or whatever.